What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Glow with Casey, where we glow, grow, and lift each other up. Today, I'm going to review a brand that I mistakenly said in my very first video when I was talking about Alphalete. I accidentally called their Revive leggings the DFYNE legging. Now, these are the Alphalete DFYNE leggings. And I honestly think it's because I have just been seeing DFYNE so much in all of my social media feeds. So I actually had to just go ahead and try the brand out because I'm like, if they're that much in my brain that I messed up my very first video and accidentally said that name, then there's gotta be something there. So I decided to purchase with my own money the Vision collection, which looked absolutely stunning on the models based on the reviews that I saw. I got 2 pairs of their leggings, the Vision bra, and then also the Shrug, because I feel like it makes a whole outfit. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick review. If that sounds good to you, then let's get right into it. Okay, so first I'm gonna review the Vision sports bra, which I'm wearing right here in Umber Brown. My size is a small, and the price is $47.50. Now, usually when I see a bra like this, as it's pictured on their Instagram, as well as some of the ads that I've seen, I always get a little bit nervous because these minimal, cute gym bras never end up working out for me because I do have a larger chest. However, this one really surprised me because once you take out the padding, there's actually quite a bit of room in the sports bra so that you can kind of maneuver it around and position it around your chest in the right way to make sure that you're supported without being too constrictive and without spilling out. So I was pleasantly surprised to see that. When you look at the straps that it comes with, they're actually very, very stretchy and thin, which is not great because it's not comfortable. So I've worn this bra a couple of times in the gym, and I will say it definitely starts to irritate the traps in the back. And it's not just the rest of that day that it irritates. Like, I've noticed it actually kind of leaves long-term irritation that I have to moisturize, and like it just kind of it irritates my skin. Just be really mindful of that, but it is a very comfortable bra. You have this V-seam in the front here that is super flattering. So it kind of goes in and then around and then comes into a V in the front. You've got the straps. There's the logo on the side here, which, you know, that's one placement, but then they also have another placement in the back along the band. And then you have that kind of strappy cross back in the back, which I always prefer that kind of a back because I feel like it allows you to have a little more lift and it just makes the bra a lot more flattering overall. So I kind of prefer the cross back in the back. But otherwise, I think this is a really nice sports bra. I mean, it fits really well. It's comfortable. It is definitely low impact. So don't be doing your HIIT workouts or any running in this. I wear this bra when I'm weightlifting, so I don't have to worry about falling out. Okay, so next up is the Vision leggings, which I'm wearing right here. And I got 2 pairs of the leggings. I got them in a size small, both in the color Rain, which is this kind of pretty turquoise blue that actually goes really well with the Umber Brown. And then because I like to do kind of a full match day sometimes, I did get the leggings in Umber Brown as well. These retail for $67.50. I will just tell you right off the bat, these are very difficult to get on. They're extremely compressive around the legs. And when you're putting it on, it's almost like you can pull it up to your knee and then it starts to get really hard to pull up. So you have to really sort of carefully, almost like they're very thick, compressive nylons. You have to very carefully, especially if you have nails, which I do. So I have to be super, super careful because I'm not trying to puncture holes in these. But as you're pulling them up, you just have to be very delicate, very gentle. And then there's also strategic placement you have to consider because the way these leggings are designed is they're very compressive everywhere except around the glutes. So the glutes is where it's gonna be a really, really kind of thin nylon material. And that's so that your glutes aren't being compressed, which makes them flattering. But it also means you have to be very intentional about the placement of the bottom because there's compression down here and then it gets into the non-compressive side. So you just have to make sure that that bottom part is placed correctly. But once these are on, I mean, the vision is there. they look really flattering and they're really comfortable once they're on. It's just, you have to go through that initial phase of getting them on to get here. And then of course you have that super flattering V line here, which is really what makes this collection stand out. This particular V is probably one of my favorites because it's not super compressive. It's very, very stretchy. So it's not uncomfortable, which I have seen in other brands where you're just like, you're really rolling over and it's just not super flattering. I also like the placement of these. So I think they market this as more of a mid-rise, but to me, I actually find them to be the perfect placement. I have a little bit of a shorter torso than normal, but I really like the placement of these because it just hits right when it gets to the small of my waist right here, and then it goes in so that the front part is just below my belly button, which I'm not like a huge fan of showing my belly button off. I don't know, I think maybe I've just gotten used to all the high-waisted stuff, but I guess we are getting into the trend of lower rise pants now, so this is a little bit of a compromise. And then really it's all about the glutes though. I mean, the glutes are what makes this legging so flattering. You have that V seam in the back, the contouring around the glutes is really rounded, which makes it super flattering. And then like I said, you're not having a lot of compression on the glutes, so you're able to really wear this in a way that is just really flattering. So overall, I love these leggings. So overall, my impression of DFYNE is they are statement pieces. I actually really, really like this Vision collection a lot, and I would consider buying from them again. This is the first time I've ever bought from DFYNE with my own money. So again, this is an unsponsored review, but I would definitely buy from them again. I think their stuff is really flattering. It's giving it girl. So if you're looking for that, then this definitely is the brand to do that. But I also love how comfortable and functional their pieces are. It's not just looking cute, but you actually can wear this in the gym and it is functional. So I've overall really liked it. As far as these pieces, I do recommend thinking about how to mix and match the colors because I really like the rain colored teal pants because they're lighter, and sometimes we all know the lighter is like more flattering sometimes on the backside. I like that, pairing it with the Umber top and the Umber Shrug. I just think that it's a look and it's a fit. But I also love the monochromatic look with Umber and Umber too. I think that's more of kind of just the full classy vibe and appearance. And I just personally love any shade of brown. It's one of my favorite colors to wear. So thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope that this was helpful as you're seeking out new activewear brands to wear. If you're like me, this is kind of one of the big things that keeps you motivated, keeps you in the gym. So that's really why I want to provide these reviews for you guys, is to give you some incentive, some motivation, and give you some real talk, unsponsored tips on what clothing brands are working and what's not. We work hard for our money and we want to invest in the things that are going to work hard for us. So I hope it was helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.